what they're hoping is that they'll have a moment like, speaking of Hillary Clinton, the Rick Lazio versus Hillary Clinton debate, when they were both running for Senate in the state of New York to be a U.S. senator. And he made a mistake of bringing a pledge over to her, asking her to sign it, and it looked bullying. Watch.
And I'm happy to abide by anything that we all agree on. But let's get it done now. Let's not get any more wiggle room.
Ms. Clinton, you want to respond?
Well, yes, I certainly do. I admire that. That was a wonderful performance, and
Well, why don't you sign it?
and you did it very
I'm
well.
not asking you to admire it. I'm asking you to sign it.
Well, I would be happy to when you give me the
Well, right
signed
here,
letters.
right here.
Would you give
Right
me?
here. Sign it right now.
Well, we'll shake.
God.
We'll shake
No,
on this.
I
Rick.
want your signature because I think that
Walked
everybody
over.
wants to see you signing
Shook her
something
hand.
that
It
you
seemed
said you were for.
looked almost
I'm
like she
for
got
it.
closer.
I haven't done it. You've been violating it. Why don't you stand up and do something important for America? While America is looking at New York, why don't you show some leadership?
That was dumb. That was just a stupid thing to do, Rick Lazio. I'm sure he knows that now. Trump's not dumb, and he won't do that. But he does have to factor in the female factor. He's done that up against Hillary. He did have the moment where he was kind of like walking behind her during the 16 debate. Remember this? Look at this video. She's talking. It's just video. It's not sound. And he kind of comes behind her. It does look a little odd, right? Because it's a town hall format, so he's kind of trying to stay in frame. I wouldn't recommend this, but it's not a town hall format, so he doesn't need to worry. My point is simply be aware of the dynamic that one is a 6'4" broad-shouldered man, and one is a 5'2" petite woman. So it doesn't behoove Trump to do anything that could be perceived as threatening or bullying at all. And worse yet, it would give her the chance to look like a tough gal, right? Like if Hillary had been smart, she would have done what George Bush did when Al Gore walked over and just looked at him quickly and, shook his head, like acknowledged him, because it diminished Gore. That's what she should have done. But you don't want to give Kamala the chance to diminish you and to look like the big person on stage, and you're just like this little sort of wannabe pulling her pigtails. That's not a good move for Trump. There was a hidden danger with Obama and Hillary that Trump should pay attention to and be careful of, because Trump does not respect Kamala Harris. He doesn't like Kamala Harris, and he doesn't think she's smart. He is not alone. But he can't show that exact dynamic on stage. That his comments, on Truth Social and in these random interviews, they don't really get circulated to all the moderates in Wisconsin and Michigan, these women who are Republican voters who might be more leftist on abortion issues or maybe just don't like Trump's personality. And there's no reason to front this strain of your personality on the national debate stage. Here's what happened between Obama and Hillary in SOT 7.
My question to you is simply this. What can you say to the voters of New Hampshire on this stage tonight who see your resume and like it, but are hesitating on the likability issue, where they seem to like Barack Obama more?
Well, that hurts my feelings.
I'm sorry, Senator. I'm sorry.
He's very
was a good answer.
likable. I agree with that. I don't think I'm that bad.
You're likable enough,
Thank you
Hillary,
so
no
much.
doubt.
That was a douchey answer. I don't like Hillary Clinton, but that was a douchebag answer by Obama, and it was stupid. Stupid. You're likable enough. You want to look magnanimous. You want to look like somebody people like. We all know you hate each other's guts. This is a test of how will you perform on the national stage, and are you someone I want representing me and the United States? He should have said, she is likable. She is likable. This isn't about how likable she is. It's about policies, and we're different, and mine are better. But if he had been smart, he would have defended her against that charge. That's the real move. I mean, it's possible that one of these ABC News anchors will say, Mr. Trump has called you unintelligent, stupid, blah, 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 blah. They might pose that to her. And she'll probably give him the same old tired routine. Next question, right? We saw her do that during the CNN debate. But if they then turn to him, he can say something to the effect of, look, she's called me names that are not fit for broadcast television. And so, yes, in the heat of the campaign, things can get spicy. But here's the real reason you shouldn't vote for Kamala Harris. She wants to open the border. She wants the same Joe Biden policies that got us 9% inflation that they're now celebrating is down to 3%. Yay! Tell it to the people who are still paying $1,200 a month more than they used to, whose gas prices have risen 50%, all that. Okay, so that's the way that should go down. But if anything, he should not insult her again personally. And what I said is true. Campaign stuff is campaign stuff. On the presidential debate stage, there's a higher standard, and I think he should live up to it. Beware of Kamala Harris's verbal tics. I think he won't interrupt her the way he did with Joe Biden during that first presidential debate between the two of them. Remember, they only had two. You remember, that joke with the kids, like, knock, knock, who's there? Interrupting cow, interrupting it, moo, right? That was Trump on debate number 1 against Joe Biden. Remember this?
Now, make sure you, in fact, let people know you're a senator. I'm not going to answer the question because the question is radical left. Will you shut up, man?
Listen, I think
this is so unprecedented.
We have ended this segment.
It was annoying. It was annoying, and it was held against him. He did not do well in the polls shortly after that, and I think he learned his lesson because he behaved better at the second debate. Now here, as you know by this point, is how she handled it in her debate with a very polite, though appropriately interruptive, Mike Pence. I mean, it's a debate, so you're allowed here and there to say, I don't think so, or yo, that's not right. That's appropriate debate behavior, but not to Kamala Harris, who wants you to know when she's speaking.
Mr. Vice President, I'm speaking.
I'm
speaking. Mr. Vice President, I'm speaking.
Well, wait.
I'm speaking.
It'd be important if you said the truth.
Mr. Vice President, I'm speaking. I'm speaking. Okay. If you don't mind letting me finish, we can then have a conversation. Okay?
Please.
Okay.
Non-answer.
Trying to answer you
The
now.
American people deserve a straight answer.
I will not sit here and be lectured by the Vice President. I'm speaking. Yeah, I'm about to.
Oh, my God.
I will not be lectured by the Vice President.
Okay. Honestly, I hope she does that. I've revised my position. He should bait her into saying that she looks so annoying. She is so, I'm speaking. We all know what a debate is supposed to look like. This is not our first rodeo. The American people have seen these time and time again, and we understand how it's supposed to work. Now, if she had done that against an interrupting cow version of Trump, like we saw versus Joe Biden, fine. But what Mike Pence was doing there, she was just annoying. That was effing annoying. So I'm kind of on the fence. Like if that happens, he should embrace it. He probably has a one-liner in response, but it's just, that is annoying. The haughty, I'm speaking with the hair. I'm speaking. Here's another verbal tic, not for nothing, that Kamala Harris has. I don't think she'd use it against Trump, but I've noticed her doing it over the review we've been doing of her town halls and so on back in 2019 and then when she became Joe Biden's running mate. Listen to how she gets out of tricky questions that she knows the answer. Like she has a thought she wants to say, but even Kamala Harris realizes there are some things that are too controversial. So watch this.
People who are convicted in prison, like the Boston Marathon bomber, on death row, people who are convicted of sexual assault, they should be able to vote?
I think we should have that conversation.
Elizabeth Warren is here, as you know. She said that she supports student loan forgiveness for 42 million Americans.
Yeah.
Would you go that far? Do you support that?
Well, I support anything that is about reducing the debt of student loans, and I think that's an important conversation to have. I am interested in having that conversation, and I'm open to this conversation about extending the number of people on the United States Supreme Court, about increasing the number of people in the United States Supreme Court.
Do you support financial reparations?
I support that we study that. We should study it and see.
Given that policies passed now will affect the younger generation for years to come, do you believe that Americans should have the right to vote at age 16?
I'm really interested in having that conversation. I have to tell you that.
Interesting, right? I'm so interested in having that conversation, really interested in having that conversation. It's actually a very effective way to say, yes, but I can't say it up here because I'm running for office. And some of that stuff has been used against her already in campaign ads. But that's her placeholder for, yes, but I can't. And so Trump should pay attention to that, and he should exploit it. He should be ready. His advisors should 100% be prepping him on, I think we should have a conversation. And he should say, that means yes. That means yes, but she doesn't have the stones to be honest with you about it, like I will. I'll tell you everything I feel. I'll tell you exactly where I stand on the issues, as I always have. We are sponsored today by Donors Trust, the tax-advantaged way for conservatives to simplify their charitable giving. Charitable giving is about more than goodwill and a tax write-off. Conservatives understand that civil society made possible by private philanthropy is often more effective than yet another government program. Donors Trust offers donor-advised funds, which work like your own charitable savings account, helping you simplify and manage your charitable giving. You make your tax-deductible contribution into your account, then grant out your funds to organizations like churches, education groups, and public policy institutes, or invest your charitable dollars to grow your future giving potential. Donors Trust handles the details and can even offer recommendations on where you can have the most impact. With the uncertainty of a changing presidential administration and Congress next year, now's the time to secure your charitable legacy with confidence. Visit donorstrust.org/MK to get your free donor prospectus. That's donorstrust.org/MK to increase the impact of your giving with Donors Trust. Thanks so much for watching. If you like what you just saw, hit the subscribe button for more clips and full episodes.